What does it mean to give students ownership in the classroom? Well, the first question I have is, what does it mean to own something in the real world? To own a company in the real world? To own a family in the real world? It means your ideas came together and you own the creation and implementation of that project. It means that you own a percentage of a company that's worth something, that means something to you, that changes how something in the world happens for the better. It means to be a valuable part of a family unit, to be a husband or a wife or a grandparent in something that you created. So what does that mean for a student? It means that the projects that they work on need to be theirs. They need to come from their brain. They need to have other people involved with it who also feel the same way. Students taking control of their learning environment is the most powerful thing in education without any question. Because when students take ownership of the work they're doing, they want to do it well. They want to do it insanely well. And when they're working on a team with people that feel exactly the same way, that's how we want the classroom to be. So what does it actually look like in the real world, in the classroom? Students taking ownership of their learning environment means that a teacher spends a couple minutes at the beginning of class to kind of focus everybody up. You just came from history or math or some other class, PE, whatever, and we just need to get you in this classroom. And we say, here's a problem, go figure it out. Does not mean, here's a 20-minute lecture, and then I'm going to give you this worksheet, and you just answer the questions. It's, here's a problem, go figure it out. And the students come together as a group, and they do it on their own because they want to, not because they have to. It means that when a new piece of information comes to the table, it gets discussed together. It means that when we need to find a way to do something, we talk about it. And we go out into the world and search the internet and search our resources and our friends and talk to people and figure out how to solve these problems. Because it's our problem, right? It's not the teacher's problem or the content textbook publisher's problem that they gave to us. It's our problem, right? And we're gonna solve it how we wanna solve it. There is no rubric for how to do this. There is no guidelines or rule book or anything to contain a student in a box that stifles their creativity. When a student owns their work products, they are excited about it. They love talking about it. They'll go home and tell their parents and their friends and their grandparents every day, this is what I did in class. We're gonna change the world. What do you think? It means that when something comes up in class, I'm gonna come together and we're gonna figure it out. We are going to be a cohesive team because this is our stuff. I own 25% equity in this project. And there is no other project like it anywhere else in the world. Students raising money for nonprofits, they get really excited about this. I've heard a lot of personal stories about why they chose the nonprofits they chose. Nobody else in the world is doing the same thing they are. In other content areas, they're using a textbook that has a questions sheet and an answer key and a rubric, and there are 2 million other textbooks exactly like it somewhere else in the country. Virtual Startup Academy, a student's project is their project for now and for the rest of time, because no two projects are ever alike. No two groups solve a problem in exactly the same way. Students understand this, students buy into this, and students love coming to class and living this experience.